Have you ever seen two people watch the same video or read the same story but react to it very differently? Or have you noticed how people often rely on the same sources for information? Maybe they check the same news website every day or listen to the same podcast every week. We all like to think we're good at keeping an open mind and finding the truth. But often we only hear what we want to hear, which means we might not get the full picture. When this happens, it's called confirmation bias. Confirmation bias is a kind of cognitive bias where our brain picks favorites. We tend to look for and believe information that fits our existing beliefs and ignore or reject information that doesn't. Let's look at a few examples to understand how confirmation bias works. Imagine you love chocolate and you decide to Google whether it's healthy or not. You find a mix of articles. Some say chocolate's good for you. Others say it isn't. But because you like chocolate and don't really want to change your habits, your confirmation bias makes it more likely you'll click on the articles that emphasize the benefits of chocolate and ignore the ones that focus on the negatives. Confirmation bias also affects how we interpret information, which can lead to faulty reasoning and decision making. Here's another example. Say you really enjoyed a new video game, but then you read a negative review about it. You might think the reviewer is biased or just bad at their job, because the review contradicts your beliefs. On the other hand, someone who didn't like the video game might agree with the review and think the author makes good points because it confirms what they believe. Because of confirmation bias, when someone agrees with what we believe, we tend to be more open-minded and willing to listen to them. But when someone disagrees with us, we tend to do the opposite. We might focus on why we think they're wrong and not really pay attention to what they're saying. One of the most common places where confirmation bias shows up is in politics. For example, you might watch a debate of a political candidate you dislike and think they come across as ignorant and rude. But your friend who supports the candidate might think they seem well-informed and decisive. Even though you both watch the same clip, your beliefs influence your interpretation of it. Confirmation bias can cause people to become very divided on social and political issues. It makes it harder for us to understand and accept different viewpoints, which can lead to greater conflict. So what can we do about it? While we can't get rid of confirmation bias entirely, here are a few ways we can try to minimize its effects. Be aware and slow down. The first step is to notice when it's happening. When you hear something you don't agree with, don't rush to make a judgment. Instead, slow down and ask yourself what you might be missing. Put yourself in someone else's shoes. Consider someone with the opposite opinion from yours and think about why they might disagree with you. You might end up considering some reasons you hadn't thought of before. Seek different perspectives. Expand what you read, listen to, and watch to get a fuller picture of what's happening. Or you can talk to someone with a different point of view. Confirmation bias is a natural part of how our brains work. But by being aware of it and making an effort to see the bigger picture, we can make better decisions and have more informed opinions.